We start at noon with a live look at our sky cameras from across the area. We are expecting some triple-digit heat today as an excessive heat warning is still in place from the National Weather Service until tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm China Grain. Let's get right to meteorologist Rod Hill for our full forecast.
And let's start with where we are right now. Temperature at noon, we thought we'd hit 90, and there we are, right square at 90 degrees. Yesterday it was 88. Now keep in mind, yesterday we warmed to 102, which is a record for the day. So right now, we're trending 2 degrees hotter than yesterday, and we are thinking it's possible we get to 103 or 104 this afternoon. So that would seem to be in play. Here are the other numbers. Basically, with few exceptions, all inland areas except for the mountains under an excessive heat warning. And it'll go until 10 p.m. here in the Willamette Valley. It's 92 in West Linn right now, 96 degrees out in Forest Grove. Salem, where it was 105 yesterday, you were at 94, and some of the weather modeling suggesting you could get all the way up to 107 this afternoon. So here are the next 6 hours. In red for our weather impact alert due to that excessive heat warning. 95 at 1 o'clock. Look at 3 o'clock, 101, thinking we would at least be at 100 no later than 3:30 this afternoon. Now this brings us at 102 at 4 and 102 at 5 p.m. Certainly there could be a spike of 104 in there somewhere. Still just below 100 for your early evening at 7 p.m. Now here on the west side, this should be the final day of the excessive heat, the final day of 100 plus degree temperatures. There's a little bit of relief on my 7-day coming up.
Rod, thank you for that. In the meantime, the city of Portland has paused its effort to clear homeless camps during the heat wave. This means the city will not issue fines or jail time to people who violate the rules around camping. We visited Old Town yesterday, and while others told us the relentless heat has made the neighborhood smell unbearable, one camper says it also seems to be leading to more violence.
Every time the weather gets a little bit worse, people get a little bit hotter, you know what I mean? Their temperatures, their attitude. This is the worst and hardest thing I've ever done in my whole entire life.
Camp removals will resume once the heat wave is over. And cooling centers in Multnomah County and other parts of the Portland metro area are opening again today. That includes one of East County that's providing people with a simple but much needed service. KGW's Catherine Cook has those details.
Misting water, sort of an oasis in this sweltering heat. A sign leading sun-scorched neighbors inside this hygiene hub for a chance to cool and clean off.
We all want a good shower during this time, and so I think we take for granted, many of us who have that, but there are thousands of folks in our city who don't have that.
Matthew McCarl is with the nonprofit Cultivate Initiatives. They offer help to homeless neighbors in East Multnomah County with things like housing and workforce development. At their headquarters on 146th and Stark, this is one of 3 places they offer showers. The other 2 are mobile. These shower trucks serve people all over town. Since Thursday, 117 neighbors have used them, 41 on Monday alone, about double their average.
It was a good day.
Jerry Dudley is in charge of the shower trucks. He was once homeless himself before getting help through Cultivate Initiatives.
People are so grateful for the showers. It's like, especially on a day like this. I mean, I had a gentleman say, I showered like in months and months, and I feel so much better today.
By Monday evening, Jerry was helping here at Cook Plaza on 194th and Stark. It's one of 3 cooling centers sponsored by Multnomah County and the only one in Gresham. Cultivate is running it. People like Trevor Hoagland are grateful. He's been homeless since December.
There's not many places for us to just exist, so it's really wonderful to find a place that can just take us in and allow us to exist here.
Monday marked day 4 of temperatures around 100 degrees in Portland and news of 4 heat-related deaths.
And it's devastating to hear that anybody was threatened or lost their life due to heat exposure, and I think for us just really reinforces the need that we be telling our neighbors about this and we be consistently showing up.
It could save a life.
People need a chance.
Or maybe change a life for good.
I got a great chance, and I'm grateful for it.
Catherine Cook, KGW News.
And if you need a place to cool off, just text the keyword you see there on your screen, heat, to the number 503-226-5088. We'll text you a link back with a list of cooling centers plus fountains and splash pad areas. And we also have an interactive map that shows you all the places to cool down in Multnomah County. And these triple-digit temperatures are making it dangerously hot inside local food carts. KGW's Daisy Caballero got inside a cart in southeast Portland to experience it firsthand.
This is the fresh chicken barbecue.
Gilbert Macalanda enjoys sharing his authentic Filipino food with people in southeast Portland at LGM Delicacies. Even on days it reaches triple-digit temperatures.
Because we want the customers to be happy and, they can buy here anytime.
Like many food vendors, Gilbert doesn't have AC inside of his stand and relies on water and short breaks outside, away from this burning stove that makes his cart even hotter.
When you're cooking, but around 95 degrees.
Being open for the last 4 years, he's used to how warm it gets, but that doesn't help with how his body reacts, regardless of precautions.
Like, headache and sometimes dizzy. Yeah, but what to do? This is our job to serve the customers, and they'll be happy.
Gilbert was kind enough to let me step in his shoes for a few moments and feel what he feels on a day-to-day basis.
It's just, there's like no circulation.
Yeah.
There's no air circulation.
And after just a few seconds, I had to stop.
It's very hot. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's a struggle other food cart vendors know very well too, like Leonel Avila.
But we still need to work, so here we are.
Leonel owns this Mexican food cart, Don Jalapeño, off 3rd in Washington in downtown, and says it gets up to 120 degrees inside during the peak of the heat.
It's difficult. It's difficult because it's hot, but you need to stay hydrated, and better yet, eat a good meal.
Like Gilbert, Leonel sells about half of his regular orders during a heat wave like this one. But they also see more to-go orders with food delivery services, something he says helps him bottom line.
For example, on Saturday, we weren't that busy because of how hot it was, and I closed early because it was really hot.
Daisy Caballero, KGW News.
And heat like we're seeing this week certainly isn't great for wine grapes. So we checked in with some local vineyards for an update. And at this point, owners say this heat shouldn't impact this year's crop. But the founder of Willamette Valley Vineyards told us a weather event like this later in the summer could have an impact. So Mother Nature turning down the temperature sooner versus later sounds like a good idea to him.
The perfect temperature for growing our wine grapes is between 77 to 90 degrees. That's the perfect temperature. Anything over 95 degrees, and it begins to slow the photosynthesis down in the plant.
He says he's also scheduling his team earlier in the morning, so outdoor work is done by the early afternoon. In your other news headlines this afternoon, several people have been displaced after a 3-story house fire in Vancouver. We're told just before 10 p.m., Vancouver Fire responded to reports of a fire on Grand Place. Officials say that the people inside the home were able to get out safely ahead of time because a community member had already alerted them. Crews quickly contained the flames within 30 minutes. No word yet on what caused the fire. We're told that the Red Cross is now helping the displaced residents. And right now, the entire city of Vancouver is under a recreational burn ban. The fire marshal says the combination of the heat and dry conditions makes wildfires all the more likely. So the ban includes bonfires, campfires, really any sort of fire outdoors. You can still cook on a propane or charcoal grill. And a reminder here, a burn ban is also in effect for the rest of Clark County. And we have an update this afternoon on the teenager who went missing in the Willamette over the weekend. Authorities say the recovery mission for the teen is now transitioning to boat patrol. Witnesses say the teen was playing near the shore at Riverview Park in Independence when they went under the water and never resurfaced. Officials say the park is now open to the public as they continue their search along the river. Also developing this afternoon, Kaiser police are working to determine the cause of death for a man who was found dead in a camper yesterday afternoon. A Safeway employee checked out the camper because it was sitting in the grocery store for parking lot for over a week. Police say they found a 75-year-old man dead inside. The medical examiner still needs to determine when exactly he died and if heat was a factor.